What if the reason your business feels so exhausting has nothing to do with working harder? My guest today, Vicky Countess, thought that she just needed to get better at tech. But underneath her cluttered desktop, her overflowing files, the drawers on her desk that she wasn't using, the piles of paper, all of it was something deeper. She felt frustrated, she wasted time, and the constant feeling of never being able to find what she needed when she needed it. She first found me through a business program where I taught in the program. She grabbed my file organization cheat sheet and eventually took the leap on one of my Black Friday offers because she was tired of feeling behind in her own business, of not feeling organized. And what happened next completely changed the way she worked. It's so exciting to hear her talk about it. And I share in the episode that I saw it on the back end. She found a file while we were on a call together. She was sharing her screen. She knew exactly where to go, exactly where to find it. She found it in seconds. And I was like, look at you. You are so organized. So Vicky's sharing today just the small systems that made the biggest difference in her life, in her business, and how getting organized gave her more confidence. She recently changed her niche and she wanted to be sure that it was starting out organized. She was kind of noticing that she was saving things in different places and she wanted to get this business completely organized from the very beginning, which I recommend everyone to do that. Because as I listened back to this episode, it was my business organizing intensive. Now it's called the Organized CEO Intensive that she purchased over Black Friday. That was the thing that made the biggest difference for her. So I have pulled it out again and I'm offering it for $250 off for the Organized CEO Intensive. You can go check that out at simplysquaredaway.com/CEO. And this is a great product because we really focus on organizing the three main areas of your business that are essential, that make the biggest difference, that have the biggest impact on your day-to-day work. And this is for coaches. It's for any online business owner. And as a matter of fact, Annie McLaughlin said this was the best investment I made in my business last year. She can open what she needs. She grabs what she needs. She moves forward confidently. And listening to Tracy's podcast for months, I knew that I wanted this. So I set an alarm. She set an alarm to make sure she got this product on Black Friday. She was the first one to purchase it last year, or maybe it was the year before. So I want you to think about it. If you want to organize the three areas of your business, your bookmarks bar, your digital file structure, and get my business dashboard, not available anywhere else except inside Organized Coach Academy, then you will want to go get this product right now. So go to simplysquaredaway.com/CEO, and that will take you to the link with the $250 off already. Okay, let's listen to how Vicky felt when she was organizing her business and how she feels now after she's gotten a lot of these concepts implemented and she's using them. Are you ready to work less, feel more organized and productive, streamline repetitive tasks, and implement systems that allow your coaching business to run smoothly even without you? If so, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Organized Coach Podcast, your go-to source for practical tips and solutions. I'm your host, Tracy Hoth, professional organizer, certified life coach, simplifying expert, and most of all, down-to-earth fellow coach just like you. No matter if you think you're missing the organizing gene, have ADHD, or just love anything organizing, I'm here to help you become an organized coach with a business that works for you. Pull up a seat and let's get started. Welcome, Vicky. I'm so glad that you are here on the Organized Coach Podcast.
I am so excited to be here, Tracy. Thank you so much for having me.
I always just want to dive right in. Do you think of yourself as an organized person?
Generally, yes, in the outside world. In the digital world, I'm a mess. Well, in my business, my desk was a mess. My organization inside my computer was not organized. But my house is generally organized.
Okay, so that's fun to notice that we can have different views just of ourselves in different areas of our life, but you can see how in your house you're organized.
Yes.
Yeah. So in your business, you decided to get help getting more organized, but I'm curious what made you want to get more organized initially? Was it costing you something? What was it?
Oh, frustration, time, trying to figure out where things were. Very annoying and very time consuming. And as I said, the emotional component of being frustrated with myself.
Yeah. Do you notice that come up, like spinning in that, like beating yourself up or anything like that with it? Or did it, what I noticed too, some people just the tech issues of it, they don't feel confident or they feel like because they're not good at tech, then the disorganization part is even harder.
Yes and yes. Definitely.
Okay, so then someone's out there listening, and the reason I like to do episodes like this once in a while is just so people can see, oh, I could get help for that. I didn't even know that's what people did. And that's what I hear a lot of times. They're like, I heard your podcast, and I'm like, wow, there is someone out here who does this kind of stuff. So I always wonder how people find me. That's now one of my questions in my intake form is how did you find me? So how did you find me?
I found Tracy when I was in the middle of a business course with Debbie Shadid, and you were a guest speaker. And I immediately resonated with what you were saying and how simple and how relatable it was. I I still have on my board right here your organized file structure cheat sheet that I look up. I'm looking up right now because it's there. You just changed my life. You really did. Thank you.
Ah, that's where you want to be. And each of you listening, if you're a business owner, you're like, for someone to say that to you, it's just the sweetest thing. And it means so much. And it makes you want to keep doing what you're doing to help more people. So you're there and you're sitting there. You hear me talk on this in your business program. And then what made you reach out?
Needed help. I
Did you?
needed help beyond that. I have my organization cheat sheet and I divided everything into personal and business. I even have my little file for my paper, which I know you've told me to stop copying everything. And I've really worked on that because beside the digital world, my desk was way over cluttered. So I reached out to you when you were having one of your Black Friday specials because I got your email all the time. And when you had the Friday specials, I thought, oh man, this is definitely going to help me. I know you have these great programs, which I know I had considered. But for me, in my situation, I just needed the one-on-one help to get me started with where I needed to go. So last year, not this past November, but the November before, I purchased, I believe, 3 of your 5 days, and that got me started. And then more recently in my business, it changed, and I decided to reach out to you for some personalized help because I knew about you already.
Yes. Oh, I love that. So little promotions like that. If you're a business owner listening, little promotions. And I think times where I really sell, like on Black Friday, selling something every day, I think that's really good for people that have been watching you, thinking about it, then that makes them take the first step.
Yeah, it was so fun the way you presented it.
Oh, how can we have more fun presenting our offers too? Okay, so we worked together, and I think the main offer that you purchased back then was my business organizing intensive. So
Yeah,
that included time one-on-one, and we
yeah,
worked on 3 specific areas, our file structure, our bookmarks bar, and
yeah.
then implementing our business dashboard, like gathering everything into one place. And so we worked on that, and then you went for a while without working with me again until you reached out to me recently. But what did you notice? Like, how did that impact your day-to-day kind of work?
Love the whole bookmark thing. That totally saved a lot of time. With it just made things easy. I did feel more confident about trying to find things without having and knowing that I had things to be found. That's also an issue sometimes when you have so many things after you're working for a number of years or so, you accumulate a lot of stuff. And sometimes you don't even know what you had to even put anywhere. So I was able to organize things, have a better sense of what I had. And then I was rock and rolling after working with you.
Oh, I love that. And I know when we worked together recently, you shared your screen and you said, "Oh, let me find that." And you went straight to your bookmarks bar, clicked the button, found what you needed, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, look at that. You're so organized." And that was a year later. And so
Yeah.
it had really stuck.
Oh, totally. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So then this time you called me, you reached out and you said, "I'm making a new offer, changing what my focus is going to be a little bit. And I really want to start organized. I want to really
Yeah.
focus in on getting that organized." So, what have you noticed since we worked together recently?
When we worked together, we figured out a system that would work for me to, again, it was mostly, if not totally digitally, to get to where I need to be without the clutter of what I was doing before. So it allowed me to feel more confident and organized, focused, and having things in one place.
Yes. And it's so natural for us if we don't have a habit in place, or if there's something out of alignment. It made me all of a sudden think of a chiropractor. If something's out of alignment, we can't keep it organized. And so I think you had a few places where you had started
Yeah.
saving things. And then what we did was made sure there was just one place to follow the concept of the wonderful one. We made one place. And so we took those other little places where it was getting confusing and we made it all and moved it all into one
Right.
folder that you would keep that topic.
Yeah, the other thing, Tracy, you really helped me with was the way I was taking notes with my clients. So we switched that around. It was previously, I was using a method where it was maybe 4 or 5 steps. It would take a lot of time. And you helped me by showing me a different method through Google that not only saves me time, but I really believe it's a better value for my client because everything's in one place for them to see rather than an email here and an email there. Because previously I would email them once a week or after a coaching session. And so for them to look back on, it was very disjointed. And now I have a system that you showed me where it's going to all be in one place for them. So it's a win for my clients and it's a win for me because it's less time and easier. And for me too, it's all in one place.
And that's so interesting because I think we sometimes get caught up, and it's not, some people might have this exact issue, but something similar where we think, but it's so valuable for my client because I'm emailing them or I'm summarizing the notes or I'm
Right.
taking that extra step. But then they have all that confusion. So it's us thinking through that process and saying, but how is it more beneficial for them if we have this different system? And
Right.
how is it more beneficial? And how is it going to save time? And how is it more organized? And then all of a sudden you were totally on board and wanting to do it too. And you saw the value for both sides.
Yeah, because I didn't want to have to change what I was doing, but what put me over the edge is it really is more value for my client.
Yeah, I love that. And it just happens to be that it's easier for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. Okay, we did a lot of work in the digital space of yours, but
Yeah.
we also were able to do some office organization.
Yes.
What were takeaways from that work that you did?
For one thing, I have a file cabinet next to me that I hardly opened, and it was just filled with I don't know what. And now, after working with you, I actually utilize it, and what's in there is useful. I also used to have two huge pen and marker pencil holders overflowing, taking space on my desk. I skinnied that down to just one. I have my business and personal folders for the paper. So that's been very helpful, as well as, let's see, what else did we do? The thing about you're in my head with, do you really need to print that? It's just more paper. It's just more clutter. So I'm learning to be more digital because now I know where to put it.
That's just it, right? We print stuff a lot of times because we think, I got to make sure I know where this is and I want to read it and I want to do all that stuff. So it's looking through those little processes. And what was interesting with your file cabinet next to your drawer, that file drawer, is you were keeping stuff on your desk that you didn't want to forget or that you wanted to have near you. And we just cleaned that drawer out and put things in there
Yes.
that you would get to, that you could easily open the drawer and get to.
Yes.
It's that extra eyes on your systems. And I just talked to someone else today, and he was talking about the systems of how he was doing things in his business. And sometimes it's just needing someone to see it and walk you through, okay, oh, this is what you could do there. And ask questions like, what do you need? What do you do? What do you need to find every day? And then figure the solutions out with you.
Yeah, totally. When I thought about that file cabinet next to me that was so useless, so filled with stuff, I can't even remember now what kind of stuff I found in there, but it was like, really? It's, oh my gosh, why?
And we just get so comfortable that we forget,
Yes.
oh yeah, I could empty that out, but then that seems daunting, so we don't do it. But you did. I remember you just followed the organizing steps. You sorted everything first and then purged it and made decisions. Yep. And then assigned homes to those things that you didn't want in that drawer. Yeah, I love it. Okay, what would you say to someone who's out there and can totally relate? It makes me think of when you were in the class that I taught. And you were like, oh, yes, I relate. Oh, that's me. They're relating to what you're saying, and they're saying, I have the same things. What do you think they should do? What would you recommend?
Take the time. I think part of it is, oh, I don't have time to organize, could be a thought. And I liken it to before you're going somewhere in the car, you want to take the time to put it in your GPS so you know where you're going. So taking that time out to make systems and organization is totally worth it.
Yeah. One thing that you said too, this time when you reached out and you thought, I want to start this part of my business really organized, and then someone in your family was going to help you. So you thought, maybe I can have them help me. And then it was like, well,
yeah,
someone in our family, a friend, whatever.
Yeah, my son who's tech savvy said, "Oh, Mom, this is simple." He tried to help me, and he did for a little bit, but he didn't full blown really help me, and I didn't have the heart to ask him again. And I thought, okay, this is not going to work. Me cobbling it together with asking AI or talking to my son. So that's when I went and said, Tracy, just help me.
I just think that's important for people to know too, that it's not even that we can't learn as fast as our kids or as someone that is really fast or good at it naturally or something. But sometimes especially since you had already started, so you kind of knew some of the concepts and you were bought into some of the things that I had taught. And that just makes me think of people listening to the podcast. They're like, oh yeah, I know that because I've listened to you and you've said that and I've implemented it. That then you can take that to the next step. And so you were just like, okay, never mind. I do need you. Let's go. Let's get this set up.
Yeah, we had an appointment. And then I texted you the truth, or I emailed you the truth. Oh, my son's going to help me. And then I don't even think it was a week later with Hal, Tracy.
And they have the best intentions. And then sometimes I too just get kind of nervous. Oh, am I going too slow? I need to hurry up and understand this. And so That is one thing where I feel like I love being patient and teaching someone until they
Oh,
get it,
yes.
until they
In
understand.
fact, now that you mention that, you are very patient because I think I was ready to have a little bit of a breakdown on our call. I don't know if you remember that, and I forget exactly what we were doing, but it was like, oh my gosh, this is too much for me. And you really were calm and we worked through it. But there was one point I was ready to cry.
Yes. And we got through it and we figured it out. So that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
Any organizing tips that you have or that you do now that you'd want to share?
It's really all the things you taught me and we talked about, trying to take less clutter, less paper, making decisions. And I love how you say clutter is delayed decisions. You're in my head with that. I'll just make a decision on that. And the other thing is, do I really need that piece of paper? Probably not. So, yeah, just the different things that we talked about that has really helped me.
I love that. Okay, so tell us about your new offer. What is your focus? Tell us what you do too and how you help people.
I'm a certified weight and life coach. I also am a certified health coach. I took a year program to dive deep into health as well. And what I am now working with women, it's a very personal passion of mine, is that I help women that are worried about their bones, whether they've gotten a diagnosis of osteopenia or osteoporosis, stop fearing a life-changing fracture. And I help them take simple steps to protect their bones. So I have osteoporosis. My mom and dad also had it. So they were later in life. They both had fractures. My mother-in-law as well. She broke her hip and her shoulder, and her life changed totally after that. So I am helping to fill in the gaps by educating and guiding and supporting women to not have to go through that.
Oh my gosh, Vicky, I've never heard of someone with that specialty as a coach. So that is amazing. What a needed thing. And you know exactly who you are. I love when I listen to people talk about who they help and what their niche is. And I know who I would refer to them. Like when I think for sure, if someone came up to me and said, oh, I just been diagnosed, I'm worried about this, my parents have this, I would know, oh, you need to talk to Vic.
Oh, thank you.
That's when you know your niche is really dialed in.
Thank you. I'm setting up a 90-day bone health reset program for anybody that would be interested. And I also have, of course, my website and my freebies to help women with all those questions and gaps that their doctor might have told them and they're just really overwhelmed or confused or not sure what to do. And I help fill all of that in.
And what's your website?
My name, Vicky, Vicky, Countess, Countess, coaching.com, VickyCountessCoaching.com. And I'm also on Facebook, Vicky Countess Coaching.
Beautiful. Okay, so people can reach out to you and download your freebie and get in your 90-day program and get healthy bones.
Yes.
Okay. Vicky, thanks so much for coming on and just being vulnerable and sharing your story, your organization story. And it's so fun, again, to see your website or to see your computer when you shared your screen and you find things. And yes, you are organized.
Thank you, Tracy. It's all because of you.
Isn't it so fun to hear how people use organization in their business and the changes that it has on how they work and how they think and how they feel? And so if you want that, remember the Organized CEO Intensive is available right now for $250 off. The only other time I've sold this is on Black Friday. So this is a unique opportunity, but because Vicky talked about it, I wanted to make it available right now for you to purchase. This will have the biggest impact on your business because we're organizing the 3 areas that you are constantly using. your bookmarks bar, your file structure, and your business dashboard. So if that is appealing, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while and you want to take the leap and work personally with me, that product, that offer has 2 hours of one-on-one time with me. And that is really one of the only ways I sell one-off sessions, but the 2 hours, 2 calls is included in the product. So if you want to get that, go to simplysquaredaway.com/CEO right now. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you next week on the podcast. Wait, if you're finding this podcast useful, you must check out the Organized Coach Academy. It's my course where I walk you through every step to get your business organized, to get yourself organized, to save money and time, to prepare to hire someone, to do all the things that you want to do in your business with ease. Check that out at simplysquaredaway.com/OCA. Also, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but I would love it. It's my way of knowing that you're enjoying the podcast if you leave a written review. I have lots of freebies for you. They're linked in the show notes. You can find them in my bio on Instagram at Tracy Hoth. And until next week, have a beautiful day.